Hi Erica, this will either work or it won't. I'm hoping etherically we get you over there in the US. We meaning me, since it's the first time I've done this for a client overseas. So let's see how we're going. So I've just read through all your notes. I'm so glad things are looking up for you over there in the States at the moment. I hope the craziness isn't affecting you too much. So what I thought I would do is just start the way I normally start. Check with survival, deep survival, hidden deep survival, if it shows up, or your celestial circuit. So we'll just sort of, I'll take it as I'm going to sort of see what we need to do, since, yeah, anyway, we'll say. Now, I'm just going to etherically use your body right here. Okay, so okay, so the celestial circuit is out. Okay, it's off to the right a little bit, which is the side that's to do with the doing, and it does sound like you've been doing a lot over the last year. So between, you know, getting married and moving and coaching and functional medicine and all the stuff you've been doing, it's been a lot. So we'll just reboot this. So the center of gravity, so it should be here. So is it behind? Is it to the right? Is it forward? It's to the right. Is it right forward or right back? It's right back. Okay. So in other words, it's sort of in the past at some stage where there was another time when you were doing a lot. So your nervous system sort of jumped into energetically from that time, that we need to bring you forward back into the here and now. Okay. So we need flower essence, which is the angel sword. So you are taking on something of someone else's at the moment. And I just might ask if there's any and all stress that Erica and her hubby are taking along, just to de-stress him simultaneously. Because I can imagine if something affecting you, it's probably affecting him as well. So angel sword. Taking on other people's stuff. It's when we're energetically a little out of kilter. 4 drops. That's not too bad. Do I need any more information about the celestial circuit? Yeah, something else. Is it connected to, what's it connected to in here? Okay, so it's linked in with being busy at work, working with your dream building coach, cortisol levels, not going to be helping with your weight, and not going to be helping with not wanting to drink too much. Okay, so those are the things that are messing with your celestial circuit. So your body whips into that unconscious energy and has a hard time getting out. 6, okay. Do we need anything else on the celestial circuit? Okay, so now double checking the adrenals. Flexor hallucis longus, nope, that's okay. Survival switching, okay. Deep survival, that's okay. Hidden deep survival. So yeah, no surprise. Sometime since I saw you last, your body is gone. Life's going to be stressful for a while. Let's kick into this. So let's go have a look. Okay. So the anterior cingulate gyrus. So that's making your brain want to run away. It's part of the anxiety thing. So when we're stressed that we're not being perfect all the time under stress, it creates anxiety because we want to be perfect under stress. So the whole thing actually adds to itself. Yeah. Okay. The next one is the subclossal gyrus. So this is the one to do with, it's to do with those genetic little pathways to do with rage, anger, frustration, or depression that can be lurking in our neural organization. Okay, so there's a pain and punishment circuit. I might have a look and see whether there's anything in the grief gauge and developmental directory for you so we can get a bit of an idea where that's coming from. Okay, so it's around a time in your life when you were creating your own identity. Maybe it's something to do with being married, and you know, when you're mingling together as a couple, part of your nervous system's trying to work out where you fit in everything. Okay, okay. So there's part of it might not have anything. Okay, give me a yes, give me a no. Is it to do with work? Is it to do with marriage? Is it to do with life? Is it to do with energetic connections? Okay, so the marriage is a little bit of it. Doesn't mean it just is a little bit of stress. So it's just you trying to confirm your place in that relationship and knowing that you always have to be responsible to yourself anyway. So regardless of how much we love our partners, there's some stuff that really is our responsibility. So even though we're trying to create a union that is easygoing and loving and caring, sometimes there are just some things that we have to do for ourselves. But there's a bit of stress with that, having to be responsible for yourself, and it's creating a bit of an imbalance in your energetic fields. It's nothing to do with not feeling loved or worthy or anything like that, which is great. Okay, and part of it is that when you think of, okay, I'm guessing here, but part of it is when you're thinking of marriage, who are your positive role models in relation to marriage? So hopefully there's some good positive marriages that you see in your world that go, yep, that's what we're going to be like in, you know, 10, 20, 30 years. So it's a nice place to be. But it's like your brain just needs, you know, someone to have, you know, in the back of your mind whenever things are just a bit iffy, to go, no, we're on track. This is all good. Oh, okay. Some guilt about something. Okay, I'm not sure what this is about, but the two passive emotions, is it current, is it old? No, it's old stuff, but it's at times in your life when you're feeling embarrassed and exposed. yeah, potentially, you know, having put on a couple of pounds, you know, we always feel best with the best version of ourselves. Might not have anything to do with that, but, you know, sort of being able to voice your opinions and suggestions and feeling comfortable doing that and having a receptive partner and family, friends, workplace, all of that. Yeah, so just a couple of little things there. So, okay. Yeah, so that's partly what's stored in that subcolossal gyrus. So now we'll diffuse the pain punishment circuit in the amygdala. So there's just a bit more context to that. So these little points down from here, so there's the xiphoid process, which is where the rib cage comes up and joins. So just above that and below, these little spots through here, yeah, there's some energy there. So they're the little spots that we use on the central meridian in order to get amygdala emotions diffused. Okay. So the next little area is the reticular activating system. So that's the one that lives in behind the brainstem. Okay, and this is possibly linked in with both the high cortisol, that slight weight gain that's sort of been happening, because it's acetylcholine, but it's also linked in with anxiety. So it's that little bit of stress running around in the background, which in theory should make us lose weight. But of course, when our cortisol's out, we're also more acidic, we're more prone to high insulin levels. It sort of messes with so many circuits in the body that can make the body just want to store fat for a later date when we're freezing and starving to death. So acetylcholine and vigilance, creating vigilance in the nervous system. So even though things are going amazingly well, part of your nervous system is going, holy moly, when's it all going to crumble? Which, you know, is what can happen with anxiety when it's been hanging around for a long time. Okay. Okay, and your sympathetic nervous system is just running that little bit more at the moment, so that can switch down your ability to rest and digest and relax, which once again, you know, it's sort of like, okay, sympathetic nervous system. It's like that will also add to that need for, once again, you know, not having an addictive personality, but it sort of adds to the need to do something that calms things down nice and quickly. Excuse me one sec.